Welcome to Nature at Noon. My name is Shannon, and today we are going to explore the different habitats at Buschman Park. This park is really neat because it has a wetland habitat, which you can see behind me, and it also has a forested habitat. There are many different animals that live within Buschman Park. So you have the animals that live in the wetlands, like the fish and the snakes and the crabs. And then you also have the animals that live in the trees or in the forest, like the birds and some of the insects and things like that. Today we're gonna explore Buschman Park and see what kind of animals we can find. Oh, look, right there. There it is. It's an American alligator. Alligators are ecosystem engineers, so they have the ability to kind of shape the land around them, and other animals may use some of that habitat that they've reshaped for themselves. And here we have what looks to be a great blue heron and an American alligator. I do not think that the heron knows that the alligator is right next to it. I think that bird's a little bit big for that alligator to go after. While alligators might seem scary, they're really not as long as you leave them alone. Don't harass them, don't feed them, and just make sure that you're aware of your surroundings when you're in their habitat. So be cautious when you're walking along the shoreline. Don't walk small pets near the water's edge. Just leave them alone and enjoy them from a distance. And here we have the banded water snake. You can see how its coloration, its molted pattern on its scales, helps it blend in with its habitat. It's very easy to miss if you're just walking by. While the banded water snake is not venomous, it does have a mouth and it could still bite you. So you want to be careful not to touch it. Cool. This looks to be another banded water snake. Oh! I scared him off. So this is a blue crab. One of the animals that enjoys the wetland or the ocean habitats. So here we are in the forested part of Buschman Park. And if you listen, so close your eyes and listen to your surroundings, you'll hear how many animals are in this park. So you'll hear the birds, you can hear the lizards scatter on the ground. So we'll take just like 10 seconds and listen and see what you can hear. In addition to animals, there are many different species of trees and plants that live in the forest. We have the live oak trees, so you have the big tall oaks, you have laurel oak, we have sable palm, which is also called cabbage palm, and then you have lots of different wildflowers and ferns and all kinds of different plants. This diverse amount of vegetation leads to a diverse amount of animals. So you want this diversity, you want this, this unique collection of all these different species that belong here. We do have in some of our parks invasive species. All over the state of Florida, all over the world, invasive species are a problem. And some of the ones you might see in Port Orange would be something called an air potato. So it's looks kind of like a potato. It's about this big and it hangs in the air. There's another one called the Brazilian pepper tree that has little red berries on it. Both of those are very invasive and they take over the ecosystem, or they take over the resource, and don't leave much of it for the native vegetation. And the native plants need those resources but can't compete against these invasive ones. So if you do have invasive plants in your community, it's very good to remove them or contact someone with that knowledge that can come out and remove them for you. Thanks for joining me at Nature at Noon. I hope that this has inspired you to come out and explore the unique and diverse habitats at Buschman Park on your own. Bye.